Coming up on the bench, Syracuse men's lacrosse clashed with second-ranked Johns Hopkins in a game reminiscent of 1989. The Orange were looking to change the narrative after a couple of nail-biting finishes earlier in the season to top 5 opponents. Did the Cuse prevail in the Crown City? And on the court, SU women's basketball went down to the wire with 15th-ranked Florida State. The Orange entered Thursday's contest on a 3-game ACC win streak. Find out if Syracuse continued that momentum against the red-hot Florida State squad. Plus, a doubleheader between Syracuse ice hockey and RIT. The Orange have been carried all season long by the graduate goaltender Allie Kelly after surpassing 1,000 career saves last week. Did the New York native step up once again? We'll let you know the answer to that and much more on the bench, which starts right now. Welcome everyone inside the Citrus TV studio for another edition of On the Bench. Alongside Jordan Leonard and Milo Hoffman, I'm Jake Bowen. Happy to have you with us on a jam-packed episode. Guys, the holiday season is upon us. The semester ends in about a week. What are you two looking most forward to doing over your winter break?
I don't know about you, Milo. I'm looking forward to Hanukkah. It's going to be a great year. Hanukkah overlaps with Christmas. No more Chinese food in a movie. We're celebrating Hanukkah on Christmas this year.
I could not agree with you more, but I am going out for Chinese. How could you not go out for Chinese on Christmas? It's kind of a staple.
Do you go out for it or do you bring it in?
Sometimes it depends on the year. Bring it in, depends on, maybe if it's cold out, you bring it in.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, those are our analyst headlines for their break. Now let's get you to Syracuse's headlines of the week. Legendary Syracuse football head coach Dick MacPherson plans to be inducted into the Ring of Honor this Saturday, November 23rd, during halftime when the Orange host the UConn Huskies. Coach Mac, as many called him, helped to build the Syracuse football program back into a national championship contender. He led the Orange to a 66-46-4 record in his tenure, going 3-0-1 in bowl games and securing the program's second undefeated season in its history. To honor MacPherson's service and inspire others to follow his example, the university will host a ceremony to rename the Hendricks Chapel Food Pantry to the Coach Mac Food Pantry, which has been dedicated to serve students who experience food insecurity. This change embodies the kindness and love that MacPherson shared with so many others. Plus, former Syracuse lacrosse standout Emily Harrischek and Sam Swart were named to the inaugural U.S. Women's Box National Team on Thursday, August 29th. Harrischek holds the school record for career goals with 272 and ranks 5th on Syracuse's career points list with 341. Swart was named a 2-time All-ACC honoree during her career at the Cuse and helped lead the Orange to 4 NCAA tournament appearances, including 1 trip to the national championship game. Both will represent the United States at the World Lacrosse Box Championships in New York in September. It's the first time World Lacrosse has hosted a women's tournament. Speaking of lacrosse, the men's team was in action in the Crown City on Saturday. Syracuse took on second-ranked Johns Hopkins after losing to 4th-ranked Maryland and 5th-ranked Army in overtime earlier this season. The Orange were determined to record a win against a top-5 team, and it started with the defense, a low-scoring affair early in this one. The Cuse scored in the first 87 seconds of the game. A backhand goal, Christian Muley put Syracuse on the board first, but the Blue Jays responded. Jimmy Ayers, a 360, more of a 180 goal to get Johns Hopkins into the box score. And then for the Orange, Joey Spallina. He's been great all season. We've been talking about his roller coaster season against top 5 opponents. And speaking of roller coasters, the shots for both sides were up and down in the first 2 quarters. But the Blue Jays escaped the half with a 4-3 lead off of Garrick Dignan's second score of the game. At the half, Johns Hopkins led by 1. The offenses for both sides ramped up in the second half. Another one for Joey Spallina. Owen Hiltz, as you see there, replicated that same exact stat line. What a rip right there, bottom corner for the senior. And then 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Michael Leo buries it, eyes in the back of his head. Yeah, my hands are on my head too. Into the fourth quarter, Syracuse leads by 4, but Johns Hopkins won't go away. There's Hunter Juronsky falling down and giving the Blue Jays more life. More momentum as Garrick Dignan, a huge swing for another one. 9 seconds later, Jake Stevens nets it for the Orange. He scored a couple of goals late to give the Orange a little bit of a cushion, but Degnan, again, his 5th goal of the game for a new season high. He was the heart and soul of the team in this one. But in the 4th, as time winds down, Johns Hopkins, they need to clear the ball if they want to have a chance, but it goes out of bounds. Syracuse pulls off the upset. They eke out a 14-13 victory. That's a similar score to their 13-12 victory in the 1989 National Championship game against this very team. Paul Gate was the hero. The rivalry between Syracuse and Johns Hopkins has dated all the way back to 1921. While the rivalry between the Orange and the Seminoles women's hoops hasn't been historic, remember, Cuse joined the ACC in 2013. Every matchup has been a fight to the end. Thursday's game was no different. Syracuse trying to defend home court, 9-0 in the Dome this season. Florida State with all the momentum coming off 2 ACC wins, and it continued right there, a 4-point play, oh my goodness, from Sarah Bajetti. And then in the second, Mariah Gordon 6 down the mid-range J. The Seminoles led by 10 at the break. To the third, FSU pulled away early. But Syracuse, guys, they clawed back into this one. They won the quarter 18-16. And now to the 4th. That means only one thing, that's Daisha Fairtime. From the corner, she drills it for Syracuse to take the lead. The Seminoles make it interesting, though. They're not going to go away. Tania Laston finishing through contact. But again, in the 4th, it was Daisha Fair. She took over the game. A deep 3 from Curry range. She connects. And then as you see next, another bucket for her. She reaches 1,000 points, 1K for the Orange. That's the fastest in program history. FSU could not do anything else. As we see right there, a funky form from Carla Viejas. She misses, and Syracuse secures the ranked victory. Fair finished a season-high 31 points. She drained 9 threes, moving 3 spots up on the all-time scoring list. In sports, the players who score the most usually get all the attention. Joey Spallina, Daisha Fair, JJ Strong, you get the point. But for Syracuse women's ice hockey, the attention was on someone else. The Orange took on RIT in a doubleheader, and let's just say the goalie might be the most important position in all of sports. On Friday, Syracuse fell to RIT 1-0 on the lone goal from Jordan Bear. For the Orange, goaltender Allie Kelly was the team's rock. The graduate student racked up 26 saves and recorded a .963 save percentage. The Syracuse defense also came to play in Game 1, blocking 24 shots. Forward Tatum White blocked a career-high 6 shots, and she won a game-high 14 faceoffs. An already horrific conference record you see there, only 3 wins on the season. Could the Orange split the series? Well, there's your answer right there. In Game 2 on Saturday, the Syracuse offense came to play. A 3-0 victory over the Tigers. Forward Charlotte Hallett scored the game-winning goal with 24 seconds remaining in the second period. The Cuse finished the job with 2 empty net goals late in the third, and Kelly was impressive once again for the Orange, recording 33 saves and a shutout in her 100th career collegiate game. The Cuse's defense also showed up once again, blocking 16 shots for a total of 40 in the series. That increases their season total to 439, and that ranks 4th in Syracuse history. Guys, I gotta stop talking before my tongue falls off, so I think we gotta play game, and that's exactly what we are going to do. When we come back, Jordan and Milo go in it in the Wolf of Waverly Avenue for Syracuse men's basketball. Stay with us, you're not gonna wanna miss it.